manage this? What is your recommendation? Do you actually give them a CMA? Do you give them a teaser? How do you set the appointment to actually meet them? Because I want listings, not necessarily CMAs, right? So
I mean, I think that really depends on like your process and your market. Like for me in my market, I don't actually give out CMAs until I talk to somebody. But that's my market. I've learned. I tried going out and just doing CMAs without talking to them, and I learned my lesson that I don't do that. They don't want that in my market. So I think it's kind of hard to like say this works for every single person, because what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. My goal is to always go to the house. My goal is to always get to the house and get that face-to-face meeting. So that's kind of where I want that conversation to lead. But it kind of depends on the conversation. I mean, if they're just kind of like, oh, I was just playing around and I just wanted to see, I'm like, cool, well, let me show you what I can do. And I'll just do a video CMA for them in HomeBot. I'll do it that way. But like, if they're like, oh yeah, we're actually thinking about selling our house and, you know, we want to get an evaluation. This is what Zillow says. This is what Redfin says. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't listen to Zillow and Redfin. There's so many different reasons why you don't want to, so many reasons why you don't really want to pay 100% attention to the HomeBot tool, but let me come out and then I can make some adjustments for you. And that's kind of how that goes.
And you want to make it digestible so that you stay on top of everybody that's coming through the funnel. And this is where HomeBot is so great. So we actually have an integration right with HomeBot. So when you connect a HomeBot, you can tie it to StreetText. And then every single contact that comes in StreetText, you just click the little HomeBot icon. It'll automatically sync that contact to HomeBot. And then when you go to HomeBot, you can basically, you know, review the value, make sure it looks right, and then click send. And that way, you know that everybody's getting that report from HomeBot. And then after that, they can get monthly or quarterly reports, however you set it up from HomeBot. You're now staying on top of mind with the content that they requested in the first place, which is what they really want to know is what's the value of my home in this changing market. And now they have a reason to keep following you, and it's on autopilot. You've done the best thing you can do, which is you're giving them value, but it's not requiring a ton of your time.